What's up, good people? My name is Chris. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how me and my wife became pastors of Post Campus Ministries at the University of North Texas. Before we get into that, like, comment, share, that's crazy. Subscribe. Before we get started, with that being said, see you on the other side. So, how me and my wife became pastors. Honestly, we were already pastors. We were already pastoring people just on a smaller scale, as my wife would say. She always says you're doing what you're called to do, just on a smaller scale. So, me and my wife met in 2018 doing campus ministry at Missouri State. And us being a part of that campus ministry, we loved it. We enjoyed it. We ended up moving to Texas to follow our pastor at the time to open up another location of that same campus ministry at Texas State. And so we just really enjoyed it. We have a calling for young people. We have a calling to, the age range of 16, 17 to 25 to 30-year olds, honestly, truth be told. And so, we were doing Bible studies, we were doing services, but our real niche, it was Bible studies. We loved Bible studies. Our Bible studies are on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. at the LBJ Student Union. We loved Bible studies, right? We just love being able to take off our hats in front of the kids. And yes, we were still teaching, we were still, developing them. But this is a safe space. This is a community where we're all learning about God, even as teachers, even as we weren't pastors at the time. I was a music director at the time, and my wife was a logistics director. But even during that time, we were shepherding these kids. They were learning about God. And while we were developing lessons, we were learning about God. That's what the exciting thing about it was. It was just a snowball effect. We loved doing Bible studies in small groups. So we got to a point where we left that campus ministry, and we love them to this day. We love them so much. Pastor Antoine, thank you so much for all you've done. Um, we left that campus ministry and we end up moving to Denton, Texas. Now, that's a whole nother story in itself, moving and getting here to Denton, Texas. But we moved to Denton and God allowed us about a year to get settled in. There were two students who moved down with us from San Marcos, Texas to Denton, Texas. And so we started doing Bible studies. We were teaching and then we are having them teach because they're called to teaching, they're called to ministry, and we want to develop them. And so it was just the four of us doing Bible studies. But then we met someone named Mariah. And so Mariah came to group our Bible studies, and then that snowballed into knowing other people, and we end up meeting their friends and their friends and their friends. It wasn't a God saying go and do this type deal, but it was like it's time, because we ended up having 25 students at our house in our living room. They were sitting on the counters, sitting on the floor, sitting in the hallways, all from Bible study. Right? These are students who were yearning for the word of God. And so we ended up starting a campus ministry. I remember me and my wife sitting at a coffee shop and us game planning everything, listening to the voice of God, and just really just going at it full throttle. And so we soft launched our campus ministry in February of 2025. It was phenomenal. You could tell that the hand of God was over our ministry, because our first worship night was completely paid for. We won a student organization at UNT, the University of North Texas. We're in a student org, so we don't get rooms for free. We had to pay. And for that ballroom, it was around $1,100, 1200, and we got it all paid for. It was simply amazing. Nothing but God. After that, we're continuously doing Bible studies we end up getting so full at our house we had to move on campus, right? And the Lord was just still having his way. And so that's how we became pastors of the of post campus ministry, UNT. That's the first semester. Now, getting into our second semester, which was our real first semester, our grand launch, we saw our numbers drop. Our numbers drop hard and fast. You know, we had a lot of students graduating, we had students just moving on in their lives, and that's totally fine. You know, one, everyone's not called to our ministry, and students are allowed to grow up. People are allowed to evolve. And if you were meant to be what they needed to be for that season, great. And pray for them and send them on their way. Right. And that's exactly what we did for a lot of students. We prayed for them and sent them on their way. And you know, they still come around, and it's lovely and it's great. Now, heading into that our first official semester, it was rough. Me and Jazz, we were doing everything. Seemed like me, Jazz, and Shania. We were, I mean, canvassing, handing flyers out on the campus all the time, just trying to get people in the door. And it felt like such a resistance. You know, some days it felt like, man, why are we even doing this? And other days it was like, yes, this is why we're doing this, you know? And so we went from 25 students in Bible studies to around 6 to 10, maybe. And the numbers don't matter. I'm just pointing out that there was such a resistance. And there, you know, the reason God had us start post campus ministry was to bring the heart of God back on the campus. And you bet your tail that the devil was not about to allow that to happen. We're still feeling resistance, but guess what? We're obedient. We still go. It doesn't matter how much resistance we're feeling. We pray, we fast, and we keep moving. And so this is our third semester on the campus, and it has exploded. We were in a the Denton Wesley on campus, and we are so grateful for having them or allowing us to use their space sometimes for free. We didn't have that much money, but we're so grateful that they allowed us to use their space. But my wife started reading a book, and the book was basically saying you have to think outside the box. You have to think and become a scientist almost, and just try different things. And so that's what we did. And so instead of being at the Denton Wesley, we moved to have Bible study open in the public at the UNT Student Union. Now, when we were at Texas State, we were on the fourth floor of Texas State, and we did Bible studies in the public. And we got up to like 35 students. And it was amazing. It was a lot, but it was amazing. And it felt like we were getting back to our roots, you know? So we started doing Bible studies at UNT's Student Union. 17 people, 17 students showed up. Students that we never seen before, and students we haven't seen in a long time. We have a solid e-board now, and it's amazing. Literally, God is doing so many amazing things at the campus of UNT and at post campus ministry. And now we're about to start moving our ministry around just like Jesus did. Jesus didn't stay in the same place. He went to different places and spaces, and that's what we're going to do. So we started on the fourth floor of the UNT Student Union. Now it's time to move locations, and the students are going to have to be active and ready to listen on where we're going to go next. So this upcoming Thursday, we're having a fun bowling night. Just because every week shouldn't just be Bible, 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 right? We do life with students, right? We have fun with God, right? God is not all serious. We have fun. And so we're going bowling, and I'm going to beat everybody there. And I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all that I beat everybody there. But honestly, that's how we became pastors. We're already pastoring, but now we wear and we carry the mantle of being a shepherd. We love these kids. We are the parents. with their parents. Some of them call us mom and dad. It's even more funny because I'm only 27. My wife is about to be 29, and these students were born in like 2009, and it's just crazy. But it's so fun and so cool. But that's how we became pastors. That's how we put on the mantle of being a pastor. And we're super excited on where God is going to call me and my wife in post campus ministry. We're super excited to go to other campuses. TCU is looking like the next campus. Texas Women's University, that's looking like another campus. We're just excited to be a part of what God is doing in Denton, Texas in general, because although we're pastors of a campus ministry, this is for the community, right? These students are going out into the community, and when they make an impact, they're going to be able to say, God was doing something amazing at the University of North Texas through post campus ministry, and you all should be connected. And so, if you are in the DFW area and you are a student watching this, know that you are 1000% welcome to come to a post event. We have Bible studies every single Thursday at 7 o'clock. Follow us at post_UNT or post UNT, something like that. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy, guys. I just be pressing record and going. But one of those things, I promise you'll find us. We are black and green. So you'll be able to find us on there. But definitely, if you're in the DFW area, follow us, come to an event. Let us know if you want to help out. We'll come and set up a meeting. You can come to the coffee shop and we'll just talk and, try to see how we can involve you in this. If you're called to student ministry, we would love to partner with you and teach you how to start a campus ministry, walk you through Bible studies and discipleship, community, God, all the things. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure, once again, you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the other side.